Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week on Hobby Talk Tuesday, I just want to talk about something I've been thinking about here lately, and that's, I went and looked at some of my orders I have on PSA that I've been waiting on for a while, and I noticed on the front page of PSA that the cheapest that you can, even today, the cheapest you can send a card in to get graded by PSA is still $150, and it's the express service. And if you remember back in March, PSA was getting really backed up. They doubled the prices of a lot of their submissions, and then like a month later, they said no mas. They can't take anything else in. And back then, like an ultra mono card, it was like 25 or 30 or something like that to grade as a bulk per card. And even like a Pokemon card, bulk grading was up to $20 per card. So they said that in 3 months, which would have been, I believe, in July, on July 1st, that they were going to open everything back up. They needed 3 months to get caught up. Well, now we are coming up on November, which is, if you go from April, that's coming up on 7 months of PSA not accepting in new cards for submissions unless they're like express or super express or something like that. And I don't think that'll probably change by the end of this year. So we might be going into 2022 still with the cheapest that you could grade a PSA card would be $150. I'm starting to lose faith that a lot of these cards I've picked up I'll ever be able to get graded, because I'm not a high roller guy. There's some cards I might spend a little bit to get graded, but for the most part, I can see a bunch of these cards never getting graded, and it makes me a little sad, because I was definitely having a lot of fun getting cards graded, and I still have a lot of cards there that I got in for the cheaper rates that I haven't gotten back yet. So I still have a lot of graded cards that I'll get back, but it's definitely going to be cutting out a lot of people grading cards. At least with PSA. I mean, there are cheaper options out there, and there'll be new grading companies popping up to take on this work that PSA is passing up on. But I just wanted to show there are some opportunities, I think, guys. Especially like PSA. It's tough to argue. They're definitely one of the most desirable cards to have graded cards, like for your collection or just to collect. And I was just took a look through a couple boxes and realizing some of these cards are really never going to be, once PSA catches up with their backlog, a lot of these cards are never going to get graded again, because it just doesn't make sense to grade some of these cards when you're going to have to be spending, big money to grade them. Like, I honestly don't think, I'm really starting to think there'll never come a day when you can grade a card at PSA for less than 50. Even once they've opened everything back up, I don't think it'll be less than 50. So I'm really thinking, a lot of these cards I bought raw that I think were awesome might not get graded. But stuff like this, like these are awesome. PSA did say that almost these older Michael Jordan cards, not this exact card, but just older Michael Jordan cards in general, are some of the biggest percentage of cards that they have in this big backlog. So stuff like this in the future is never going to get graded again. So these numbers might actually end up getting capped fairly closely to being capped, or at least the pop reports are going to not go up very much ever again. These are great old cards and very nostalgic. I mean, this is only PSA 9, but like, would you spend $50 to grade one of these send one of these raw to grade, unless you just knew it was going to be a PSA 10? You know, I don't think so. I think stuff like this, if you can find good deals on some of this older Michael Jordan stuff, if you're a big Michael Jordan collector, this might be a really cool thing to pick up on, because there's not going to be a lot more of these get graded once things return to normal. And stuff like this is nothing. This is definitely a card that would not get graded once PSA opens back up. It's just not worth it. I mean, this one got a 10, which I'm happy, but at $10 a card or whatever it was, that was probably even borderline worth getting graded back then, but definitely not now. So there's not going to be a lot of these that ever get graded. And I went through my Mike Trout box. I was going to show some of these also that I think are pretty cool cards that I seriously doubt are going to raise much on the pop report. This one's awesome. A refractor Trout. They had a Mike Trout special. I got a bunch of Mike Trouts graded, but that was $10 a card. Would I ever grade any of these cards at $50 a card? No way. But they're great cards, slabbed, and you might say, "Oh, that's just the junk slab era." Well, you know, I liked them, and I always keep them in my collection. And yeah, they're not awesome cards, but they look great slab, and they're nice little collectibles. And guess what? There's not going to be a lot more of these get graded over time. I believe this one was a pop 1 or 2, maybe even a pop 1 when I got it graded. A PSA 10 out of 49, numbered Trout, Father's Day. Like, just people aren't going to spend much to get stuff like this graded. And look how great these cards look. These are both ultra modern cards that are going to be very expensive to get graded in the future. And thankfully, I sent them in and got them graded. I wanted to grade some more of these Ginter grades, but there's just no way. I mean, they're just not worth much, even as a PSA 10, to spend the big grading fees to get graded. So I'm just grabbing one of my boxes of cards. Now this is great. I love these bins like this. They're just these small little bins. They're great for storing PSA graded cards. You can see, like, these fit perfectly in there. And I also use them to put my grading candidate cards in card savers. And I'll just grab some of these and just show you. This was stuff that I was putting away to possibly get graded at PSA. And then let's look at them with the eye of, these are going to cost $50 a card to get graded. It's like, no, I'm not going to grade that at $50. This one, maybe. An older Tom Brady Prism, that's a maybe. An older LeBron, maybe. This one is actually, I think, would still be worth getting graded. VLAD Prospects card. I'd say no on that one, even though it's the tie-dye out of 30. I do want to still get this graded. Really cool relic card, Anthony Bourdain. I still want to get this graded. Triple G relic. Like this card? No. Yes, definitely want to get this graded. Al Pacino auto. This one probably not. These aren't like rare Tom Brady cards. I hate that I'm not going to be able to grade a lot of these old Jordans. Just, you can't spend $50 to grade stuff like this. You know, that sucks. At $10 a card, yeah, all day. I might actually get this graded because it is a preview card. It's a nice old Kobe. I really wanted to grade this one, but because it's a Michael Jordan in the Wizards uniform, but I don't think it makes sense to get graded. Even this nice refractor Trout probably wouldn't be worth spending the $50 on it. Now this is not the original. This is one of these Burger's Best, so no. That would have to be a no. You know, stuff like this. Maybe Tatis, if he continues to do amazing. I'll put that in the maybe pile. This one, I kind of still want to get graded because it's an older Mike Trout, Topps Finest. Another Tatis, Soto, yes. Well, I don't know, maybe not for $50. These minor league cards might not be worth it to get graded, even though they're two of the greatest players in the greatest young players in the big leagues. Would you spend $50 a card to grade those? That's if it gets down to 50. You know, it could be 75 as the cheapest to grade cards. I love this 5-tool insert card, but would I spend $50 to grade it? I probably would spend $50 to grade this Juan Soto. It's a great Bowman Chrome card of him. Let's snag some more here. There's an Acuna. Another one was Juan Soto's. This was out of a rip card. Sandy Koufax. Frank Thomas. More Trout. Definitely not a Gary Sanchez refractor. Definitely not just a regular Trout. These I might actually get graded because people are fans of this guy. Are pretty rabid, so David Portnoy, I might get those graded. I kind of want to get this graded. Bert Kreischer, Ginter card, the Iron Sheik, this old Brett Favre, probably not. I do want to grade this for my Trout collection. These, I don't think I would want to spend $50 each on. I need to find my Drago from Rocky, from Allen Ginter. There's Balboa, got Clubber Lang and Thunder Lips, more Tatis, an old Walker Texas Bueller. This was a really cool Favre, just no way you'd spend $50 to grade that. Some more Trout, some Matt Olson on-card auto, Tim Anderson, a Chumley. Oh, now we're getting to some entertainment type cards. I did have big plans on grading a bunch of my autos. Like, definitely would still grade this Carrie Fisher out of 3 red Pop Century card. Megan Fox, Pamela Anderson. I love this sketch card. I believe that's Joan Cusack's autograph. Laura Dern and Kevin Hart. The Old Man. James Earl Jones. Andrew Lincoln. Like this card, not worth spending big money to grade. I love my Jordan baseball cards I've picked up. That one's not really gradable, I don't think. No. Even a Judge rookie probably wouldn't be worth grading because it looks like it's a little bit off-centered even. I probably would still grade this one, Vlad Jr. auto. I think it's out of 99. And I probably will still try to grade this old Kobe Bryant Stadium Club. I think it's second year. No on these Trouts. Old Jordan. Slide those over. I definitely want to try to grade this Tiger Woods. It was the best one that he had. Like where I got this, they had like 5 of them, and I picked out the one I thought had the best chance at a PSA 10. So I do want to still grade that. Old Jordan, A-Rod, Vlad. That's got a white tip there, so that's not really gradable. Stan Lee. Some more old Trouts. I probably still will try to grade that one. Yeah, I'll have to look it over real close. Love that Jordan card. This one is actually probably worth getting graded still, especially if he goes to a good team. Conforto, Seager rookies, Juan Soto, an old, this is a 2017 Bowman Platinum, Juan Soto. Probably not on that Judge, more Megan Fox and Chevy Chase. We got Taika Waititi, David Bautista, Mike Tyson. Definitely want to get that graded. That's an on-card auto. Some Stranger Things, Kristen Ritter, Norman Reedus, one of those Impractical Jokers dudes. Some older LeBrons. Another one of those Juan Sotos. Christy Yamaguchi, James Caan, Meatloaf. You guys probably saw me pull these on the channel. Really cool dual auto there. Back to the Future with Christopher Lloyd and Lee Thompson. Of course, my Daisy Ridley. Definitely going to grade that. This one's really nice. Game of Thrones auto, Aidan Gillen and Sean Bean. Conor McGregor. That one is out of 7 auto. Love this one. One of my all-time favorite Ginter autographs. Charles Martinet does the voice for Mario, and he inscribed it and everything. Really cool. Tom Segura. Definitely going to get this grade. Rod Serling cut auto. That's just a sampling of cards I had set aside that I wanted to get graded, and then all this happened with PSA, and yeah, it stinks because I had big plans to go big on grading. I did go big, but didn't get to some of the stuff I wanted to get sent in, and I picked up stuff since then that I wanted to get graded, and it's just not looking very feasible. So what do you guys think? Do you guys put down in the comments? Do you guys think that that PSA will ever, you know, let's throw some cards back here in the background. Do you guys think PSA will ever open up grading back up to where you can grade just stuff that you want to get graded? Or is it always going to be about, man, I'm going to have to spend $50 to $75 to get a card graded. I have to be able to make money on this. Like, it definitely has shifted from having fun grading stuff for your collection to you better be able to make money on the grade, because it's just so expensive. And I don't want to sell the cards that I get graded. I want to keep them. So I want the price to be low, but I don't think that day is going to come. But I will I'm definitely going to keep an eye out, and I'm not going to panic and start spending too much money to grade stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. I can still enjoy the cards ungraded and raw. I won't be able to get them slabbed. Now, I guess if I really want to get stuff slabbed, I could look at other companies to get stuff graded, but I like the PSA, how their value is real solid, and for the most part, their grading system is pretty solid. You see some really questionable ones sometimes, but I mean, compared to some of the other grading companies, I think they're more consistent, and I think they'll get better, especially if they do more computerized grading, to where you have a card that you think should get a PSA 10. I think if it's like automated grading rather than human, I think you'll be able to get the grades that the card should get. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and stay tuned for more videos. And hopefully you guys, if you guys send in stuff before the big price increases, hopefully you guys are getting some awesome returns back. All right, later.